Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Excuse me. I know I cough a lot. I should actually wait, um, a little bit after I smoke my last hoot before I actually go online. Well, it has been about 10 minutes. So I'm going to mark that down. I mark down every time I take a hoot. That way I know how much I'm taking. Okay. So we are going to not finish it today, but be finishing the rest of the structure. I got 3 of these artillery towers / gun towers up. So I finished, excuse me, everything on the outside. Right now, I still want some more space for barracks. I know there's quite a bit inside the castle. That's funny because I always ignore the actual natural part of inside the castle. But anyways, I kind of want some more sleeping areas. So I was thinking of maybe, see, that's where we start getting our rendering issues. So that's why it's just like I don't think I really want to go past push it past 10. But it's like it doesn't freeze, which is good. Well, that's the thing. Gonna get a solid view of everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cap it at 10. Yeah, so this is gonna be the. It's just done. Like when we're more inside of the castle, it doesn't do this. But it's just because there's so much. Oh, but it's so weird that it doesn't lag at all. I mean, it's great. Yeah, so we're just. Fuck, eh? Yeah, it's going to be bad. Yeah, I think we're actually going to be capping it here. Fuck, we still have to do doors. Like here it won't be bad. Like I won't get rendering issues here. Yeah, I was gonna put another because I have 3 of these with artillery units up on top of them. And I was gonna add a 4th one, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to that. Now it's just like we're just gonna have to get all the doors in, the guns in, everything put together before we continue on. Rendering's good here. See, it's like I'm concerned, but I'm not ultra concerned. I know I still have a little bit more room. I know it's going to make it a little bit more worse. But as long as it's stable in some areas, then I really don't mind all that much. And it's just like these power doors, they circumvent the main entrance. So that's why I needed to put an extra layer of security doors. Because there's only Yeah, there's no security doors. There's only one layer of protection, or a couple layers of protection. Well, no, actually, yeah, there is a security door. Yeah, there's like 5 doors before you get in the castle. So I just added that as a second entranceway. Because, I mean, people do circumvent the main entrance. So that's why I put this here. See, so our rendering's good
Nights
here.
like this, a warm spot with a cold beer would be heaven.
So we're just gonna have to monitor it very closely. See, so we're still good there. Rendering good there. It's like we still need to add lights to the side as well. So that's why it's like no more structures now. Even the trim, I'm gonna have to put an X on. Like this trim on any of the, like I wanted to do it on the artillery foundation blocks, but that's just gonna eat up too much space. Especially in that area, because that's the rendering issue area. We're getting some rendering issue with the greenhouse. It's like the power is going to take up quite a bit. So how are we doing here? So that's good. See, that's right there. It gets fucky. So right there, we still have a good, nice panoramic for a frontal shot. God, that sucks that vertebrate's not showing. Because they'll end up cutting a video on this, but whatchamacallit, I'm gonna have to cut out the rendering issues, and then maybe at the end of the actual tour of the place, then I'll do a little rendering issue part in the video. But I mean, I do have it all on live stream, which is good. I mean, technically, we can even cut this back to save up on space. So how far down does that go? No, those would have to go back in. No, we wouldn't really be saving a lot if we did that. The rails would have to go back in. Okay. Well, since we're here. Should be getting some lighting on this side. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that size there, that's all we have left. I'm certainly not going past 10. So we got to fit electrical in there. This is going to be tough. So, I mean, there are some areas that I can always chop, that I can cut back on. So this is kind of a mix. So at least I'll know for next time with my other builds. The reason also being that this build is scattered uh, along an extremely long span, especially with the extended settlements. If it was more condensed, obviously it would be smaller, but the more condensed it is, the more you can actually pack in. And you can actually, like Zamonja on my PS4 Pro, I ended up getting that to 11.3 times the build limit. And that had zero rendering issues, no matter how far away you were from the. Well, I mean, obviously, when you get far away, the building won't show up. But yeah, that had zero rendering issues, zero what you might call it, uh, frame issues. So it's quite good. Okay, so I'm thinking as I'm gonna skip on as many of these single lights as possible. I'm gonna do it on this side just so I can match that side. But okay, so I may as well. So let's add some lights in here. So yeah, I'm not going to be adding. There is a couple areas that I do want to decorate as far as furniture wise, like the headquarters and the main entrance. So that's why it's just like I think we might have to cut back on some things. Obviously, that's not ideal, but you know, I still have to light out the outside as well. So let's just hold off on that. With the turrets, I'm gonna wait for the. Oh shit, that's the thing. Okay, we gotta prep everything for the turrets. So I was gonna put this on different switches, but I'll just have a fusion core in this building, which I'll do now. And I'll just have one switch. Well, you'll see. You shall see. There's a good spot for that. Wait. Definitely not by the window. Probably want it as far away from the front as possible. That's what I mean. You make sure you can snap it back in before you take it out. So I want to replace that with a solid wall. So I do not want that to be exposed. What are we doing here? We're doing stone. Yeah, like yesterday, I chopped off a lot of areas uh, on the foundation. Okay. So we want to do. The I think we might just have cores for both sides. If I had a lot of space, I'd do one for the power doors. I'd do another one for the guns, and it would be pointless doing it for the lights because if you have power onto the guns, they're gonna have partial power onto the lights. So that's what I would normally do. And then I would have not only that, but then this main switch hooked up. I would have it hooked up to the main power somehow, so I can turn everything off in this building. And that way circumventing all the switches. So in fact, I wouldn't have any power in this building. It would be coming from the headquarters, but I don't have room for a fusion core, and I don't have room for a lot of stuff. So we're gonna have to first do this. We can hook it up to the pre-existing. It's always a bitch bringing these down. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get a little bit more out of the PS5, but again, I'm not surprised just because it is 4K. I just wish that there was an option where you could lower the graphics, so you could build bigger. It's like I wouldn't mind building in just 1080. Okay, so that should turn everything off. Okay. Yeah, it's just like obviously you'd want to be able to close the power doors separate to your guns, and but I have that in one of the greenhouse buildings, just not in, I just can't have them. I have to save on space. It's really a juggling act at this point. Again, just very basic lighting. Just enough so I can see at nighttime. Okay, so we were working on the turrets. Yeah, no. I'm so tempted to just go ahead and do it anyways, but this is still quite a bit to add here. So I'm just gonna hook these directly up to the main power. Oh, you know what I can do with the... as low as possible. Keep forgetting that. Low as humanly possible. There are going to be some areas that I will do the proper power setup, and like I said, I already have a couple places. Oh, what the fuck are we doing here? Okay, that needs to be lit up. Let me get this one. What we will do. So I don't like the fact that can at least do this, for God's sakes. Okay. I suppose we could add the turrets now. I just won't turn them on. That's the thing, the machine guns will be moving. It's like the least moving parts that I have until I'm completed will be the better. Oh, shiza. I gotta go up. We gotta make ourselves a floor here. Yeah, my PS4, I had other turrets. Like, I had these ones, but I had, like, pulse turrets. Yeah, I had, like, 5 or 6 different turrets, so I'll have to find that mod again. So it has a pretty decent firing arc. I'll have that firing arc there. That's why I have these platforms. Is if I had them recessed, then, you know, I would not give it as much of a firing arc. I think we'll put the spotlight over there. That's weird. Thought those are hooked up to the main line. Interesting. It only requires 2 power. We'll see here in a second. Power, power, power. Oh, you know what? It's kind of pointless having anything there. So we're gonna make that a window. That's why I used the power to go all the way around. We can get rid of this one. Move over. What's this one for? I would normally extend that all the way down, but we just cannot do that. That's a non-essential. Makes much more sense. Is this we're getting docking up to the main? Just debating, is this like, that's the problem. I don't want those running while I'm building this. I only want them running while I'm done. So that's just going to add to the processing power. Or the lack thereof. So these ones want to be machine guns. These ones would be very limited on what they can do anyways. Yeah, like extremely limited. Huh. No. It's just like if I replace it with the window, then I'm going to have to do it to the other side as well. I mean, what we could do is just have these hooked up and then just come back later. That's what I think I might do. So I can grab that from down below anyways. Okay. So now we're looking for doors. So at the end I'll just check which ones are not running. And I'll just wire those up. Okay. What's this? It's protecting a little bit more. This one we'll just have as a machine gun. Yeah, that really sucks I don't have the pulse turrets. Because you have green glow lasers, you have plasma lasers, pulse lasers, which are blue, the plasmas are green. Fuck, I should try and find that. Anyways, it's not as important for this build. My next build, I'll make sure that it won't go past 8 or 9. So we are looking for guns. Oh, shotgun turret would be fun. Oh yeah, they have cannon turrets as well. Yeah, I should really try and find that mod again. Anyways, like I said, it's not important for this build. This build, we'll just try and keep it as simple as possible. Simple being a relative term, of course. Okay. It's missing the edge. I'm just hesitant of putting missile launchers on the exterior of the castle. Because obviously with missile launchers it would be damaging the castle as well. I mean, obviously it doesn't do it in the game, but if you're looking for a little bit of realism. Okay, we're moving along here. I'm starting to get in the groove. Just keeping a careful eye. It's just like, I mean, there are areas that I can completely chop off. Like for example, I'm not adding another artillery tower, but it sucks that I only have, whatchamacallit, okay, that's machine gun for sure. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have to concentrate on this. So then, oh, perfect. Let's go. We'll put a heavy laser. It would be pointless having spotlights since it's going to be lit up anyways. Okay, so now we need doors. Sorry, I'm kind of slow on the menu because it's just like as I'm doing this, I'm really contemplating on what to do. It's power door. Power door. So yeah, it needs to be a power door. Yeah, that's exterior. The stairs will have to move. Okay, so it clicks back in. I'm not sure if the power door is going to be as forgiving. I guess it's yeah. Oh boy. Remodeling is not my cup of tea. That whole floor is preventing it. Huh. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's not that bad. I certainly didn't want to remove any of this shit. Okay, that's not too bad. I do have to replace you. You go a little bit more. There we go. Okay. It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle. And the fun part is getting to put everything together. Oh, excellent. I want that to carry on. Not sure exactly how I had this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I know this one was. This forward. Blows. I guess we can cheat and not have one there. Although you'd be able to notice it somewhere. That's where we had to. Oh, come on, you bloody wanker. So, fuck no. just to replace it to a power door. What's another hell now? See, that's the problem with not having that one in. Can't place anything on that one. Now we can. Okay. Put those out here. Yeah. Shit. I'll have to look at that temporarily. Now we can do this. So it's just a little bit of finagling. I think probably like I think that's probably the best. I need one more like that anyways. Couldn't get. I do recall that. That is not good. Especially when I'm getting caught in it. What the fuck did that match up with? Holy shit. I just don't know what the fuck it matched up with. Like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Alright, we're just gonna scrap it. I'm not gonna save these. It'll be like that. We're gonna have to keep there. Because I won't be able to get that back in. Fuck me. Do a hard save before I do anything rash. I might just have to put it up at the door. I just don't know why it's not clicking in. So finicky. I think no. Hold on a second. Fuck me, this is very upsetting. That's the thing. You have to excuse me, this is my first build in 6 years. Might be able to... Well... You know... The great thing about having these here, though... Now... You can push this... bitch forward. That's a little bit beyond the foundation. Let's try to match it up with how the original layout was. So that's where it would have approximately clicked into place, just on the outside. Okay, that's good news. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now for the turret. Thank God. Yeah, if I would have placed it in on the platform, then it would have screwed everything up. See how these are all... So... Okay... Door... Or door wall, rather. Door. I wonder if a door will actually fit in there. That. Sweet. Well, that's nice. Pretty sure that was a window. If not, it is now. Okay, good. Finally, now we're rocking and rolling. All that work just for one, whatchamacallit, one power door. Okay, now for the columns. Yep, actually, for that first. No, that's right, fuck. Damn power door. Go now over the top of it. Little bitch. That's one way I can rectify that. Should go now. Yeah, you won't notice it once the pillows are in. Not ideal, but whatever. Let's use these platforms. I need them there. I was wondering if I should just do the one light. No, I gotta keep it at least the same for this building. Still going. I just clicked on live and wow. Hey, how's it going, Hazy? Just trying to salvage everything. I don't get rendering issues here, but I do in some other spots. So it's just like I want to try and cap this build off at 10. And if not, then I'm going to have to subtract some areas. Would you like me to give you a tour? So just let me know and I will. But we're just working on the electrical guns. Okay, just let me do this here quickly. When I was on the PS4 Pro, I had an app that had like pulse cannons, cannonball, turrets, plasma turrets. So I'm going to have to download that app again. But I don't think I'll do it for this build. Okay, we're getting to the tour. Just give me a second. So I'm distracted. Just let me hook this up quickly. Just give me 2 minutes. I just want to get this done. Scheiße. Okay, normally I have the guns going to one switch, and then the door is going to another switch, but we have to save on space, so I can't do that. Okay, let's take you for a tour, Hazy. We'll start at the beginning. So normally I have one of the mega. Normally what I do is per building I'll have like a control room with the power for the guns, the doors, all the one switch. Then I'll have that routed. Like I won't have a power unit here. I'll have that routed to a main control room. But it's just like, unless they give me 25 times the build space, that's just not going to happen. I'll be able to do that with smaller builds. Now that I know I can really only push this to 8 or 9. Okay. So that is about... So we don't get any rendering issues here. But once we step back a little bit further, we'll start getting rendering issues. Surprised you can see the vertebrate actually. So this is the front entrance. You walk up. You're welcomed by a security door. Then you'll have turrets flanking on either side, which are, don't really have that much of a firing arc, now that I think of it. Oh well. So I'll take you through those buildings in a second. So all those doors, then you come to a security desk. Type in who you are, visitor, guest, dignitary, whatever, soldier, etc., reporting for duty. This is the command center. So, and again, command center.
You know what I call a good day? One that
It's completely bolted up. So from here we can show you the courtyard. That's why I put that in. Just love that. So in my Citadel Sovereignty build on my PS4 Slim, this ended up being all filled in. Like I ended up making this equal with the castle deck. But I plan on doing a little bit with the courtyard. I did add the tree the other day. See, the rendering is fine whenever you're inside the castle. It's just basically whenever... Didn't even realize you're at the castle build? I can only read the first 8 letters. I don't know how to read the rest of your message. So the workshop is in here. It's basically all around. These are all power doors back to the front. Here's the first artillery tower. We'll take you back to the front. This is a secondary entrance, which is why I added two more power doors, because it circumvents that whole guard post right there. So that's why I ended up adding this. So then this brings you to the front of the castle. That's the main guard post, obviously with all the gun turrets. There's the top overlooking. See, rendering is still fine here. So from here we can jump to the other side. This goes back down to the area that we were working on. It's the front palisade. It's the dock area. Which we can take you through now before we go more into the castle. That's our dock. I was going to have a second dock on the rear, but again, unless they give me 25 times the build limit, it's not going to happen. So loading, crane for loading, say such as this tractor. So this acts as a loading dock as well as is the dock a mod? No. Well, yeah. I mean, this is all Institute. This is all mod stuff. This is an Institute mod. But you see how I start getting rendering issues there? And then normally these would all go down to the ground. But it's just like in order to land a vertebrate on here, you would need that much support. So it kind of sucks that it... You know what I need to do? Which we can do now. I need to build stairs at least. Coming back up here. You know what? I'm a little bit hesitant on that. Yeah, that would be a security risk. Some more rendering issues. That would be like a maintenance room. I did have this deck extended out by one, but that's another thing that I ended up chopping back. I mean, if I really need to save on space, then I can just... But I don't really... Yeah. I like being able to get back here. This is the water purification center. So we have all of our water purifiers here. And of course, a service platform for each one. This would be a secondary power plant. See, this is where we get the most rendering issues. And then also the water treatment plant. Front deck, again, I used to have this extended, but I cut it back to save up on space. So I added a greenhouse up on top. It doesn't look the greatest, but normally I would be adding trim to it. And this is where we get huge rendering. Like before, I used to be able to go all the way out here and be able to look at it, but you can kind of look at it from some parts. So that was the first thing that I built right after I repaired the castle walls. See, I wanted the wrap around deck to go wrap around the entire castle. Like this is all build area here. Like look at how much more building area I could have used. I wanted to make this into one of those secondary entrances. And then have a secondary entrance with maybe a couple elevators going up. But again, it's just like I'm kind of screwed on space. So this is where the Institute attacks from. And I still haven't gotten that far in the adventure yet, so I'm going to put some gun turrets up there possibly. But it's like it would have been nice to add trim, it would have been nice to finish this, add buildings on the outside. Because if you look at my older videos for my PS4, Citadel Sovereignty, like that thing's huge. I think I must have pushed that like 20 times to build them and on the Slim. And then when I tried to load it on the PS4 Pro, it would literally freeze within the first 5 minutes to 2 minutes, depending on where I had my loading mat on. The build limit mod, I have that turned off. I just use the weapon glitch, and the only reason I use the weapon glitch as opposed to the build limit mod is that I can't monitor how many times the build limit I'm going over, and the only way for me to do that is through the weapon glitch, and that way I can monitor. Okay, I'm one times the build limit, I'm 2 times the build limit, and with the build limit mod, you just don't have that. There's my little sleep area. Okay, we can look more in the castle. Originally I had stairs here, but when I got this top part in, I had to remove this block. And when I went to replace it, it went in, but when I got all those columns in, it wouldn't go back in, so I had to totally revamp everything, put these stairs in instead. So this would be the command center. That's where our radio tower is. There's only a couple areas where I disobeyed the rules, but mostly all the guy mostly all the guy wires go straight to where they're supposed to. So these are all artillery towers. So the rendering in here is good. See, I'd still like to add the white trim onto here, like this white trim, but it's just like I don't think I'll have enough room right now. It's just getting down to the bare essentials, basically. Let's go back down. And this deck has access to most of the castle wall. There's our artillery station. Normally I would have these into gun towers, so I would have them about 4, 5, 6 high, and then all the way around would be guns. That's what I had at the Sovereignty build, but I could not do that with this build. No. Rendering issues. So the elevators I haven't turned on yet. I'm going to wait until the end to turn them on. But this is how you get down to the water purification center from the inside the castle. If you turn them on before the build's done, then there's a high chance that it will glitch out. It's happened countless times. Well, not countless times. It's happened enough in the past where I know better not to turn them on. You can hook up the power, but never ever make sure that the power's turned on to the elevator. So this is down to the loading docks.
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is...
It's a guard building. So as you can see, there's still a lot of electrical work to be done. Just look at all these effing turrets I have to hook up. Little Fallout guy. See, and I wanted to put something on top of here, but that's not going to happen anymore. I'm just going to leave it as is. So yeah, I obviously had to build scaffolding. So you got a little army guy there. You got the American flag. I wish they had a Canadian one, but they don't. And then overlooking the castle. I'm gonna end up getting rid of these. I was gonna make a gun pod out of it, but that's not gonna happen anymore. So yeah, that's the castle. Highest point is up here. Yeah, so rendering is good here. It's just basically when you're at the far reaches, like if you're over here or at the other end over there, is when you get the huge rendering issues. So that's why it's like I'm not overly concerned about pushing it to 10 times the build limit. Even perhaps 10.2, depending on how desperate I am on space. So yeah, quite a web. If I had more space and a little bit more insight, I think I would have obviously extended these out a little bit further, made the entrance a little bit wider, but I don't know, I kind of like having it very enclosed. And I wanted to make another vertebrate pad, but that's not gonna happen either. I like those guard towers from up above. First time I've been looking at them. Huh. And only one more building to show you. What percentage does one cycle of the gun glitch add? I don't understand what you're meaning. Well, when I go to the weapons, like I'll go to the chemistry station, I'll grab all my weapons, I'll drop them on the ground, then I'll go to the workshop menu, and then I'll store all the weapons. It usually takes me 8 minutes. And then a certain amount of weapons will bring the bar down. Like, I mean, you can load up with 150 weapons and bring the bar down in one shot, but then you have 150 weapons on the ground. So it's just like, you make sure that it's back at 0, and then you add some more, just to make sure that it is fully at 0, because you can't go negative. Oh, because I reduced the build bar. There's a weapons glitch that you can use. And I don't want to do it now because it'll affect my build limit. But that reduces the build bar back to 0. So then I just have a piece of paper, and every time I reduce the build bar back down to 0, then I put 1 times build bar. Once it fills up completely again, I can't add any more objects. Then I bring it back down to 0, and then put 2 times the build bar. Yeah, exactly. No, it's just, and if I have the build limit mod, I can't do that. I can't keep track. And the reason I keep track, so it's just like I know in future settlements what I can do and what I can get away with. And I started doing that from the very beginning. Well, except for the castle build. The castle build was approximately 20, 25 times the build limit. And the only reason I was able to get away with that was because it was on the PS4 Slim and it had lower resolution. Okay. So I'm going to get back to work on the connectors here. This is just like, if I turn this power off, then I don't want the doors to turn off as well. I want the doors to be at least, on. The gun glitch is the one good example. Yeah, I'm really glad they added that, because it's the only way that I can accurately check how big my build is. Because when I go into a build, it's just like, okay, I want it to be 8 times or 9 times or 10 times the build limit. Now I know that I could really only push it to 8 or 9 times the build limit before I start getting rendering issues. So in the future, I'll know to keep track, to say, okay, I'm going to go 4 times the build limit for the structure. That leaves me 2 times the build limit for lighting and electrical, and 2 more for guns and decorations. So the one I put in. Check that. Close this too. Those are the only 2 entrances, other than this one. We can start working on some lighting out here. Like, I wish they would at least give me like 15 times the build limit. It sucks that I won't be able to add any of the... Normally I'd be adding single lighting, but I'll do that on this side, just so I can match this side, but now that we're at the top, I'm just gonna have to cheat. Requires direct power. These look cool. Well, I guess I could put a couple of these up. I just spent all my money on the DLC for Fallout 6 for both Tech and Omicron. Yeah, they get expensive after a while. I haven't played since 2017. I played on my PS4 Slim and PS4 Pro. But yeah, I bought the Fallout CD, and then I bought all the DLCs through PSN. So when I bought the PS5 a couple months ago, when I went to go get Fallout 4, I had to rebuy the game. But to my surprise, all the DLCs were still there, so I didn't have to purchase any of them. Because I did end up buying all the DLCs, obviously. Okay, that side's done for now. Okay, you gotta work on this side now. Yeah, it's just like, it's good for the adventure, and also if you're gonna build, you need them as well. Well, that's the thing. Like, I started to play the adventure, I got up to like level 18. It's funny because I'm level 41 now, and it's all been through building. I have the disc and DLC, but I don't have the digital copy. Yeah, I just have the digital copy now, which kind of sucks, but... So obviously, you don't have the hard... the disc. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. Yeah, if you can't get online or anything, then you can't get your DLC. Or if something happens to your hard drive or whatever. So we're gonna add another one of these. Question is where? Right there. That's probably not the most optimal spot. I gotta open my window. Okay. The thing is, I don't want to place it near a window where it can be shot at. But then again, at the same token, we just want to fucking get this done. So, maybe we'll just put it over here. What do you mean, what's good? Yeah, that sucks. That's why I make multiple save files. And then once I make a save file, Hey, Resco. Once I make a save file that's big enough, then I'll transfer it to USB just in case anything happens. That's what sucks. It's just like I had my Fallout 4 from the PS4 Slim and Pro saved on a USB, but I lost it, and I have it on my old computers. I just need to... I can build the molecular relay. You need the right components. Actually, yeah, that is a good spot for that. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. If you go to the mod section, although you won't get any trophies for it, but there's a mod section where there's a, I think it's by Andrew X, where it fixes all the bugs in the game, so you won't have to go through that BS anymore. Yeah, I haven't even set up supply lines yet. Let's go to that so I can think. Sim settlements, I'm not sure what that is. What is that supplying? Oh, the power for the guard tower. Let's see how fast we can be. I have to concentrate here. I want to see how fast I can get this done. Okay. Yeah, in about half an hour I might be ending the stream just because I want to go outside to smoke some more pot. But I'll just come back on in 15 minutes anyways. We want that to be high. Okay, so this one, we want a direct feed. Let's direct feed. Cheat here. Normally I would put a connector up there, but we gotta save on room as much as possible. That's a normal door, So the power door. Oh, it'd be nice to not hear those anymore. Switch. There. We'll need to supply the gun. Actually, we can do that right now as well. Is that a gun? Yeah, that's a gun. Yeah, that's more building on the other side. Let me keep this high. God, it really sucks that I can't put the guns on a separate switch. It's just gonna take up too much room. The gun will hook up after. Oh, thank God. Quietness. Come on. We're gonna cheat with the connectors and skip one. Oh, come on. These two will have on one central switch. Well, since we have to route wiring back here anyways. I'll have to go through the window. Let to be out of the way. Oh, where's my fan controller? It's gonna be a little bit toasty in here. Okay, where's the connector? Right, let's go directly off of there. So the connector would be there. Now, since we need wiring, so go. Now we can get by that one. Just make sure. Where are we there? The only shitty thing is with this is when you shut the doors off, it'll shut this part of the lights off. Actually, we'll want to go as high as possible. Which is why, you know what, I'm still gonna have a second switch for them. Ah. Can always move this after. I'll skip a couple connectors. Be the connector for the gun. Connector for the gun. Scheiße. You know what? I can't be wasting connectors like this. It's not like we have an infinite build limit. Okay, that should give us a 360 panoramic. I'll hook up the guns last once they're in. That's as far as that one extended. So the midpoint is here. Yeah, when I do a smaller build, I'll do a proper control room. Because yeah, I can get crazy. I can get like 6 connectors in a row. Different switches going to it. Oh yeah, fuck it. Say something. Oh, to the actual doors. Now we have power. I think. What the fuck? Do I have that one off? Oh, that has power. Oh, that's why. How did that get disconnected? There you go. Let's just check everything.
It's pretty. What's left of it?
Okay, I'm gonna sign out here in a couple minutes, but I'll be back on in 15. But I just want to go around and check for rendering issues. That's good. Okay, we're gonna have to scrap this idea. We'll be adding too much to the build. Save it. Rendering here. Rendering there. Rendering there. Like, it's not horrible, and the great thing is that there's zero lag. I'm not sure if there's lag on your end for it being live, but like, I'm shocked. If this was on PS4 Slim or Pro, you would be getting fucking lag. Sorry for the profanity, but you'd be getting lag if you'd be getting that big of rendering issues. But it's almost like they built in or they programmed a built-in safety system where it's just like, okay, just shut off these different objects so the game doesn't freeze. That's the only thing I can think of. So this is the only operational tower. Fuck, I can't even see where I'm going. But this one I spent the time for the guns, and then the doors. I forget which one's which. That's for the guns. Or is it? Or that might be the main switch. No, that's for the guns. This one's for the doors. Oh, we can replace that. Yeah, that's as much structure as I want to put in. That's not bad, the rendering. not too concerned with the rendering. It just sucks when I go to do a video, I just won't be able to do far exterior views. Okay, I'm gonna sign out. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. But yeah, I need to go smoke some pot. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you shortly. Bye-bye.